welcome to the Science of Feeling Good. I'm your host, Tracy Thomas, and today's episode is inspired by toilet paper, or lack thereof. It is the height of the coronavirus quarantine here in California, and most of us have been struggling to find toilet paper. And there are so many different things that we can do that can make the supplies that we do have last longer. And so, as I'm sure you've all experienced, tried going to the grocery store and the aisles are empty, the shelves are empty, and the toilet paper section is very empty. And so we wonder, okay, how long is this gonna last? And what can I do to make my supplies last a little longer? So this is the top 5 things that you can do to make your supplies last a little longer. Number 1, use cloth napkins instead of paper napkins or paper towels. So that way you can use those for those needed spills, but also if you do run out of toilet paper, you'll have some extra supplies. Number 2 is to use baby wipes instead of toilet paper when going number 2. Because rather than using multiple squares of toilet paper and cutting into your precious reserves, you could just use one baby wipe and it gets the job done. Number 3, buy a whole chicken instead of just buying thighs or breasts or whatever it is you use. And when you are finished making your whole chicken that you've roasted in the oven and is delicious, you can take the carcass, put it in a pot or a crock pot, and slow cook it on really low heat for about 8 to 12 hours. And you're gonna have yourself a delicious meat stock that can be used as the basis for soups. So this is a great way to make your food that you have turn into new foods, so that way you are recycling and being able to make your food stretch a lot longer. Number 4 is add rice to soups or any of your other foods to make it last longer. I don't typically encourage using rice in your staple as your daily diet because it is a source of high carbohydrates and a lot of glucose, which is the exact food that the bad bugs eat in your belly. So your bad bugs are getting a little bit stronger if you eat a lot of it. But in these times of potential upcoming shortages and more famine, we need to make sure that we have the supplies we need that have a long shelf life that will give you sustenance that are the least harmful to our bodies. And so rice is a great filler should we have the need to add to our soups and other foods to give it a lot more sustenance and make us feel a lot more full. And tip number 5 is to save all the leftovers that you have throughout the week. You may only have a few bites here and there. Typically, we don't think anything of it and we just put it down the garbage disposal. But again, we may not be able to get to the grocery store. Heaven forbid, if someone in your family comes down with the illness, you're going to be unable to go out in public for 2 weeks and you're going to need food. And so once you've stocked up on the food that I mentioned from a previous video, what you can do is make it last longer by taking all your leftovers and putting it in a glass Pyrex in the fridge. And then every 3 or 4 days, you turn that into a stir fry. Add some tamari sauce and add some rice to it. And then you can have a delicious smorgasbord type stir fry. And so those are my top 5 tips today for how to make your food last longer. If you like what you hear and you are interested in feeling just a little bit better than you did the day before, this is the channel of optimism and hope and all the different modalities to feel good. Please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.